In today's video, we're going to be going over the Ozark Trail D2 tool steel knife. I picked up a black one. I didn't even know they made them in black yet. They normally, all the ones I've seen were orange, but I picked up a black one. And in today's video, we're going to see, are these knives really worth all the hype? You know, we all hear D2 tool steel and we think, oh great, that's a wonderful steel. It's a really tough steel. It's a little harder to sharpen, but it really does hold some good edge retention. But the thing is this budget pocket knife truly D2 tool steel? Will it hold an edge? How will it perform in everyday tasks like cutting boxes, maybe cutting some cordage? We're going to try cutting a couple limbs with it and just doing a little whittling around and seeing how well this blade holds up. How sharp is this knife just out of the package? Well, let's find out in today's video. Is this $8 budget-friendly pocket knife worth it? Let's find out. So I wanted to go ahead and get you guys a little bit closer view of this knife. It's actually a really nice looking knife. You know, this blade here has a little bit of stone washing, just a tad, not a whole lot. It does have the release mechanism here, and then whenever you open it, you can flick it and it opens right up. Now it does have a pocket clip that you can switch to either side, whatever side you want. And this is like a plastic polymer handle here. The blade itself sits within that pretty tight. It's not like loose or anything, but other than that, it's really nice finish. Look at that blade, looks pretty nice. Anyways guys, let's go ahead and do a couple of tests on this. First test I'm going to do is a paper test. This is right out of the package. We're going to see how well it cuts paper and if it does have a good edge, in fact, out of the package. If it does, we're going to go ahead and do some other tests. If not, we're going to go ahead and hone this edge out a little bit, get it up to my standards, and start doing other tests. So let's get right into that. Paper test right out of the box. Is this thing sharp? Let's find out. I'm pretty satisfied so far. I gotta say, it does cut paper quite well. Right out of the box, guys. This is right out of the box. So it does have a good edge right out of the box, and that's pretty good in my opinion for an $8 knife. Now it's $7.90 something cents. I'll put the exact price right here. This knife for $8 so far isn't a bad budget friendly EDC knife. But how will it hold up to rope, to cardboard, to sticks, to everyday use? Let's find out. I gotta say, after all that cardboard, it still feels pretty sharp. And I didn't go through, you know, a mega stack of cardboard like I see some guys do, only because that's not realistic for me. Realistically, if I'm opening a box or something, I'm just opening a box. If I do need to tear down a piece of cardboard, I'm not cutting it into a gajillion little slivers. So for what I need it for, that edge held up great. So we're gonna go ahead and take this over to some sticks, kind of whittle them a little bit, and then we'll move on to cordage. Guys, that was kind of green, softer wood. This here came off of the brush pile, and this is a harder wood, super hard wood. I think it's like, I'm not sure what kind of wood it is. I just know it's super hard. So I really want to see how well this blade performs with the hardwood as well. We have done some greenwood tests, we have done some hardwood tests, we've done the cardboard test. Now I want to do the cordage test. This is about a I want to say about a 6-foot piece of cordage, and I want to see if it'll cut this up now in the little probably 3-inch sections and just see how it has held up so far. Let's get right into it. After that series of tests, is this edge still decently sharp? Let's find out by trying to cut another piece of paper. This is without honing it, without doing anything to it, just right after all them tests. So let's see. We got a little hangnail there. So I would say that's not bad. It's not horrible. Obviously, it's not a razor blade, but it is pretty sharp. If I look at this blade, I really don't see any kind of rolling over. But yeah, it's, in my opinion, my personal opinion, for a knife that costs $9.97 without the sale. I actually got this knife on sale for like 7 something, more like $8. But they are originally about $9.97. For a knife that costs that much money, I'm gonna have to say it's pretty good. I'd definitely buy another one and use it again. So guys, let's go over a couple of pros and cons with this blade. A pro to this blade is it costs $10 at your local Walmart, or if you buy it on Amazon, if you can find it at Walmart. A lot of them go as soon as they get them in. That's the pro. Another pro is they say it is D2 tool steel. We really wouldn't know unless we've done some sort of Rockwell hardness test or something of that nature. It does seem to hold a blade retention pretty well. And as far as cons go, I'm gonna say this guy here. The belt clip, the way he is, I wish it was a little thinner. And only because whenever I grab this with my hands and I'm cutting harder wood, that piece right there is digging into that part of my hand. Now, I obviously know this isn't a bushcraft knife. This is more of a utilitarian knife, but still, if I wanted to take some sticks and break them down, that digs in pretty hard. I know that might sound like a little complaint, but whenever you're utilizing it a lot, it really does start to wear on your hand there. Other than that, me personally, for my personal uses and what I need it for, this knife works great. So I sure do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hey, I'll see you in the next one.